Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a new installment in a series here on my channel where I go through my top 5 makeup products within a specific category. So I just got done filming my top 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes. So it was only fitting that I did a top 5 individual shadow category as well. So this was a little bit trickier to pick because I don't have a ton of individual shadows that I love, but I think I've done a pretty darn good job picking 5 really, really good ones. So this time we only have one high-end and the rest are actually drugstore. So let's get started with this little guy. This is the Wet n Wild single shadow in the shade Creme Brulee. And this is what this guy looks like. He's basically just your average sort of cream shade. But I love this guy. I bought a backup. It was like 99 cents, I think. I think it's 99 cents to $1.99, depending on where you get it from. But this I love. I use it as sort of a base, or if I'm doing sort of a no makeup day, I'll put like an eyeshadow primer down, and then I'll put this all over my lid. And if I really want to take the extra step, I'll put a little bit of something in my crease. But this is just an awesome shade. It really evens out the skin tone on my lid, and I love, love, love this color. The next one is this little guy. So again, these are in no order. I don't think I could rank these in an order 1 to 5, or at least to most favorites of the favorites. But so we're just doing them in any order that I pick them up, basically. So this is, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Shadow in the shade 892 Amber Rush. This shadow, I have to swatch it for you, is insane. So it comes in a pot like this, and it has like a little protective lid that you keep on it to basically keep it intact because it is a little bit of a solid shadow. But it looks like it, but like when you actually sort of try to pick up product, it does become a little bit loose. So when you run your fingers through it, first off, look at that. And then when you swap, it's like metal on like, this is not going to do it justice, but like look at my finger and look at the sunshine, man. Just the result that this gives using your fingers is definitely the best option when it comes to the shadow, as well as one of the next ones that I've got. I absolutely adore this shade. It's beautiful on the lid, very flattering to many skin tones, I would say, and just crazy, crazy pigmented and metallic, and I adore that shade. Excuse me, I have makeup removing wipes because that bad boy is not going anywhere. Okay, the next one is something very similar in tone and in formula as well, I guess. This is a little bit creamier. This is the Colourpop Single Super Shock Shadow in the shade Lala. And this is the most beautiful rose gold shadow you could ever, oh, it's moving in the thing, that you could ever imagine besides this one, because they're both stunning. Oh my gosh, this one is a little bit more bronzy, but that was one swipe. If you have not tried Colourpop shadows, you definitely should. The only thing I don't love about them is that they're all individual and they don't come in a palette because they would dry out, and I understand that. But I just don't reach for single shadows as often as I reach for a palette because you can get a whole look in one product. But oh my gosh, that's definitely more of a bronzy shade than Amber Rush, but both are stunning. I can't get enough of that color. Okay, the next one is going to be a Milani single shadow, and this is in the shade Bella Champagne. I am covered in glitter everywhere. This actually is very similar to the Too Faced Chocolate Bar eyeshadow in the shade Marzipan, which I adore. If that came in an individual shadow, I would buy it, and it would be in my top 5 individual shadows, but I don't believe that they sell it in an individual shadow. So my lid has, like the plastic insert has come out. But this is what this little guy looks like. It's just the perfect sort of peachy champagne shade. And I will swatch it for you guys. But it's kind of like pale in comparison to those other two because they're so pigmented. But it's a really pretty natural sort of lid color that really just catches the light in a really pretty way. And I really, really love, 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 love this shade. Actually, let me just quickly just do a comparison between that and Marzipan while we've got it out. Oh, I didn't ever put my sheet protector back in. Okay, so Marzipan is this little guy. Okay, so Marzipan might be a little, it's basically the same color. It might be a little bit more warm or a little bit more peachy, but it's basically the same color when So if I could pick that as a favorite single shadow, I would. The last one is going to be this little guy. It is an Urban Decay single shadow. I got this in a Sephora Favorites kit. It was the Pretty in Pink, I think. And this is the shade Scratch. Can you tell all my favorites are more pinky and rosy hued? But this is the shade Scratch. And this is more clearly a pink, whereas these kind of have rosy hues, but this is just a really straight up pink. Pinks and rosy colors look wonderful on green eyes, which I have, so I tend to lean towards them more often. Those and bronzy shades are my real go-tos. But yeah, so those are my top 5. One of them is not swatched, this little guy that you wouldn't be able to see it anyway because it basically matches my skin tone. But yeah, so we have Amber Rush, we have the Wet n Wild Creme Brulee, we have Colourpop Lala, we have Milani Bella Champagne. This was Marzipan, that doesn't really count, but if it was individual, I would count it 100%. And this is the Urban Decay in the shade Scratch. So these basically are all lid colors for me. I don't have individual shadows that I use for really any other purpose except for this little guy, the Wet n Wild one. They all are lid colors for me. But those are my top 5 individual shadows. So now we finished the eyeshadow portion. We did the palettes before, and now we've done individual shadows. And we will be moving on to, let's see what's next. Eyeliners, I guess, would be the next transitional step, and then mascaras and brows and highlights and bronzers and blushes, the fun part. Not that eyeshadow palettes aren't fun. But anyway, so if you guys have any questions on these shadows or anything else, please feel free to let me know. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.